I grew up surrounded by my grandmother, my aunties, my uncles. We were like a village somewhere. And one of the key things I used to observe, because my mom and my dad were working parents, so we would spend a lot of time with our grandmother. So our grandmother would wake up in the morning after the cycle of making tea, taking tea breakfast. She would take her tools and go to the shamba. So I noticed a few things. There would be the harvest season. During the harvest season, she would involve all of us to help with, cutting the maize, removing the peel so that it can dry, so that we put in the granary, digging up the potatoes, harvesting the sweet potatoes, anything that needed harvesting. My grandmother would involve us. And then when we harvest, we would now get into selection. So we would select the good stuff. So let's say we're talking about maize. So she would tell us the best, the straight one, not the one that is carved, not the one that has mixed seeds, the ones that would be very straight, very nice. So we would take those ones and separate them. And then the rest we would also put in a certain place. So the ones that were low quality, those are the ones we would eat. So we would, remove them from the comb and then dry them and keep them in different packages. That is for consumption. Then the ones that would be in the middle, by the way, there used to be 3 stacks. So there's the not very good ones, there's the middle ones, and then there's the best seed. So the not very good seeds we would consume. The medium ones she would sell and make money, an exchange of goods and services. And the best seed will be returned to the shamba. We would wait for the rains, and she would now plant it again for another harvest, and the cycle would continue. And remember, I said she only used to involve us during the harvest, not the planting. And this is the reason, as I came to realize when she was way gone, that for planting she needed to do it herself, so that she can know what's the size of the hole, how much manure, how much fertilizer, how many seeds per, what is the distance between one hole to the other. She wanted to carefully be the one, because how good she would be in the planting season would determine how good a harvest she would have. And in my grandmother's house, there never lacked food. And all my cousins, all my sisters, my siblings, everyone in my family would attest to that my shosho's house, my grandmother's house, never lacked food. If there's one thing, she used to be very noisy. She was a chatterbox, and she would be full of stories. She was a narrator, but she would always have food in the morning, food in the midday, food at 4, food in the evening. And she would always have food. Even when the season of drought came, people would come from far to come and buy maize, beans, potatoes, sweet potatoes, even greens. But she never used to specialize so much in greens, because those days there was no irrigation, there was no lights. We didn't grow up with electricity. Hello. I'm a product of grace. I have come from far. It's only by God's grace that I'm this far, and I'm very grateful. So the lesson I want to bring there is, you can't eat the mother. If you eat the mother, where is the harvest gonna come from? Wealth creation is about producing, and then the method of producing, you repeat the cycle, and then you better the process along the way. You observe. Once you plant, you harvest, you observe what was happening around that time. So that's what I'm saying. When it comes to finances, you have to take your money very seriously.